Ezekiel chapter 7. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, You, son of man, thus says Adonai Elohim concerning the land of Israel, an end. The end has come on the four corners of the land. The end is upon you. I will send my anger on you. I will judge you according to your ways. I will bring all your abominations on you. My eyes will not spare you, nor will I have pity, but I will bring your ways upon you for your abominations in your midst. Then you will know that I am Adonai. Thus says Adonai Elohim. An evil, a singular evil, behold, it comes. An end has come, an end has come. It has awakened against you. Look, it is coming. Doom has come upon you, inhabitant of the land. The time has come, the day is near. Panic, not joyful shouting on the hills. Now soon I am about to pour out my fury on you. I will exhaust my anger on you. I will judge you according to your ways. I will bring all your abominations on you. My eye will not spare you, nor will I have pity. I will repay you for your ways. Your abominations are in your midst. Then you will know that it is I, Adonai, who strikes. Behold the day, look, it is coming. Doom has gone out, the rod has budded, arrogance has blossomed, violence grows into a rod of wickedness. Nothing will come from them, nothing from their crowd, nothing from their tumult, nothing distinctive among them. The time has come, the day draws near. The buyer will not rejoice, the seller will not play the mourner, for wrath is on the entire land. And the wrath is on the entire crowd, for a seller will not regain what he has sold as long as they are alive, for the vision against her whole crowd will not be revoked. No one will preserve his life because of his iniquity. They have blown the horn, they have made everyone ready, yet no one goes to the battle. Surely my wrath is on her whole crowd. Outside is the sword, inside plague and famine. Whoever is in the field will die by the sword. Whoever is in the city will be devoured by famine and plague. Those survivors who escape will head for the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them moaning, each one over his iniquity. All hands will be feeble, all knees will turn to water. They will also gird on sackcloth. Horror will cover them. Shame will be upon all faces. Baldness will be upon all their heads. They will throw their silver in the streets. Their gold will be as garbage. Their silver and their gold cannot deliver them in the day of Adonai's wrath. They will not satisfy their appetite or fill their bellies, for their iniquity is a stumbling block. They took pride in their beautiful jewelry and made images of their abominations and their detestable idols. Therefore I made it nida to them. I will give it into the hands of the strangers as plunder unto the wicked of the earth, as spoil, and they will profane it. I will turn my face from them, as they will profane the place I treasure. Robbers will enter it and profane it. Forge the chain, for the land is full of bloodshed. The city is full of violence. I will bring the wicked of the nations. They will possess their houses. So I will end the pride of the strong. When their holy places are profaned, shuddering comes. They will seek peace, but there will be none. Disaster upon disaster will come, and rumor upon rumor. They will seek a vision from a prophet, but Torah will perish from the Kohen, and counsel from the elders. The king will mourn, the prince will be clothed with despair. The hands of the people of the land will tremble. By their conduct I will deal with them. For their own standards I will judge them. Then they will know that I am Adonai. Chapter 8. In the 6th year, on the 5th day of the 6th month, I was sitting in my house. The elders of Judah were sitting before me. There the hand of Adonai fell on me. I looked, and behold, a form resembling fire from the appearance of his waist downward, fire, and from his loins and waist upward, something like the appearance of brightness as glowing metal, something like the form of a hand stretched out and looked at me and took me by the hair of my head. The Ruach lifted me up between the earth and the heaven. He brought me into the visions of God to Jerusalem, to the doors of the gate of the inner court facing north, where the idol that provokes furious jealousy was. Behold, the glory of the God of Israel was there, like the vision that I saw in the valley. He said to me, Son of man, lift your eyes toward the north. So I lifted up my eyes toward the north. Behold, north of the gate of the altar was this image provoking jealousy in the entrance. He said to me, Son of man, do you see what they are doing? The great abominations that the house of Israel is committing there, that drives me far off from my own sanctuary. But you will see even greater abominations. He brought me to the door of the court. When I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. Then he said to me, Son of man, now dig through the wall. When I had dug through the wall, there was a door. He said to me, Go and see the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, behold, every detestable image of creeping things and beasts and all the idols of the house of Israel engraved on the surrounding walls. Standing there before them were 70 men of the elders of the house of Israel, Jazaniah, son of Shaphan, standing in their midst, each man with his censer in his hand. A thick cloud of incense went up. Then he said to me, Son of man, do you see what the elders of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in his chamber of his carved idol? For they say, Adonai does not see us. Adonai has forsaken the land. He said further to me, You will see still great abominations that they are doing. He brought me to the door of the gate of Adonai's house, which was toward the north. Behold, the woman sat there weeping for Tammuz. He said to me, Have you seen this, Son of man? You will again see even greater abominations than these. So he brought me into the inner court of Adonai's house. Behold, at the door of the temple of Adonai, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of Adonai and their faces toward the east, and they were bowing in worship eastward toward the sun. He said to me, Have you seen this, Son of man? Is it too light a thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations they practice here, that they must also fill the land with violence and provoke me still more? Look, they are putting the twig to my nose. Therefore I will indeed act in fury. My eye will not spare you, nor will I have pity. Though they cry into my ears with a loud voice, I will not hear them. Chapter 9. Then he called into my ears in a loud voice, saying, Bring near the executioners of the city, each with his weapon of destruction in his hand. Behold, 6 men came from the direction of the upper gate, facing north, each with his war club in his hand. One man among them, clothed in linen, had a scribe's writing case at his side. They went in and stood beside the bronze altar. Then the glory of the God of Israel went up from above the cherub, where it had been, to the threshold of the house. He called to the man clothed in linen, who had the scribe's inkhorn at his side. Adonai said to him, Go throughout the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Make a mark on the foreheads of the people who sigh and moan over all the abominations that are committed in it. To the others he said in my hearing, Go through the city after him and strike. Show no pity or compassion. Kill off old men, young men and girls, little children and women, but touch no one who has the mark. Begin at my sanctuary. Then they began with the elders who were before the house. He said to them, Defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go out. So they went out and began to kill in the city. While they were out killing, and I was left alone, I fell on my face and cried out, saying, Alas, Adonai Elohim, are you going to destroy all the remnant of Israel by pouring out your wrath upon Jerusalem? He said to me, "The iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is very, very great. The land is full of blood, and the city is full of corruption. For they say, Adonai has forsaken the land. Adonai does not see. As for me, my eye will not show pity, nor will I spare. I will bring their conduct upon their head. Behold, the man clothed in linen, who had the inkhorn at his side, reported, saying, I have done just as you have commanded me." Chapter 10. Then I looked, and behold, above the expanse over the heads of the cherubim, there appeared above them something like a sapphire stone, resembling a throne. He spoke to the man clothed in linen and said, "Go in between the whirling wheels underneath the cherubim. Fill your hands with glowing coals from between the cherubim and scatter them over the city." So he went in before my eyes. Now the cherubim stood on the right side of the house when the man went in. The cloud filled the inner court. Then the glory of Adonai rose up from above the cherub to the threshold of the house. The house was filled with a cloud, and the court was full of the brilliance of Adonai's glory. The sound of the wings of the cherubim was heard as far as the outer court, as the voice of El Shaddai when he speaks. After he commanded the man clothed in linen, saying, "Take fire from between the whirling wheels and from between the cherubim," he went in and stood beside a wheel. The cherub reached out his hand from between the cherubim into the fire that was between the cherubim and took some of it. He put it into the hands of the man clothed in linen, who took it and went out. The cherubim appeared to have the form of a human hand under their wings. Then I looked, and behold, 4 wheels beside the cherubim, 1 wheel beside one cherub, and another wheel beside another cherub. The appearance of the wheels was like the sparkling of a beryl stone. As for their appearance, the 4 had one form, like a wheel within a wheel. When they went, they would go in any of their 4 directions, without pivoting as they went. So to whatever place the head faced, they followed, without turning as they went, their whole body, their backs, their hands, their wings, and their wheels. The wheels of the 4 of them were full of eyes all around. As for the wheels, they were called in my hearing the whirling wheels. Each one had 4 faces. The first face was the face of the cherub. The second face was the face of a man. The third, the face of a lion. And the fourth, the face of an eagle. The cherubim arose. These were the living creatures that I saw by the river of Chebar. As the cherubim went, and the wheels would go beside them. When the cherubim lifted up their wings to rise from the earth, the wheels would not turn from beside them. When they stood still, these stood still. When they rose up, these rose up with them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in them. Then the glory of Adonai went forth from above the threshold of the house and stood above the cherubim. The cherubim lifted up their wings and arose from the earth in my sight. When they went out, the wheels went with them. They stood still at the door of the east gate of Adonai's house. The glory of the God of Israel was over them from above. They were the living creatures that I saw under the God of Israel by the river Chebar. I knew that they were cherubim. Each of them had 4 faces, and each one 4 wings. The appearance of human hands was under their wings. As for the appearance of their faces, they were the same faces whose appearance I saw by the river Chebar. Each could move in the direction of any of its faces. Chapter 11. Then the Ruach lifted me up and brought me to the east gate of Adonai's house, facing east. Behold, at the door of the gate were 25 men. I saw among them Jaazaniah son of Azur and Pelatiah son of Benaiah, leaders of the people. He said to me, "Son of man, these are the men that devise sin and give wicked counsel in the city, who say, this is not the time to build houses. This city is the cooking pot, and we are the meat. Therefore prophesy against them, Prophesy against them. Prophesy, son of man. Then the Ruach Adonai fell upon me and said to me, Speak. Thus Adonai says, So you are thinking, house of Israel, for I know the thoughts that come into your mind. You have multiplied your slain in this city, and you filled the streets with corpses. Therefore, thus says Adonai Elohim, Your corpses you have laid in the midst of it. They are the meat, and this city is the cooking pot. But I will bring you out of it. You feared the sword, so I will bring the sword against you. It is a declaration of Adonai Elohim. I will bring you out of the midst of it, give you into the hands of strangers, and execute judgments against you. You will fall by the sword. I will judge you at the border of Israel, so you will know that I am Adonai. This city will not be your cooking pot, nor will you be the meat in the midst of it. I will judge you at the Israel's border. So you will know that I am Adonai, whose laws you did not follow and whose ordinance you did not obey. Instead, you have acted in accordance with the ordinances of the nations around you. As I prophesied, Pelatiah, son of Benaiah, dropped dead. I fell upon my face and cried out with a loud voice and said, Ah, Adonai, are you going to completely eradicate the remnant of Israel? The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, as for your kinsmen, your fellow kin, your fellow exiles, the whole house of Israel, all of them are those about whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem said, Keep far away from Adonai. This land has been given to us for a possession. Therefore say, Thus says Adonai Elohim, Though I removed them far away among the nations, though I scattered them among the countries, yet for a little while I was a sanctuary for them in the countries where they have gone. Therefore say, Thus says Adonai Elohim, I will gather you from the peoples and collect you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I will give you the land of Israel. When they come there, they will remove all of its detestable things and all of its abominations. Then I will give them one heart. I will put a new spirit within them. I will remove the heart of stone from their flesh and give them a heart of flesh, so that they may follow my laws, keep my ordinances, and practice them. They will be my people, and I will be their God. As for those whose heart walks after the heart of their detestable things and abominations, I will bring their ways upon their heads. It is a declaration of Adonai Elohim. Then the cherubim lifted up their wings. The wheels were beside them. The glory of the God of Israel was over them from above. The glory of Adonai went up from within the city and then stood still on the mountain that is to the east of the city. The Ruach lifted me and brought me in the vision by the Ruach Elohim to Chaldea, to the exiles. Then the vision that I had seen left me. So I told the exiles all the things that Adonai had shown me. Chapter 12. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, you live in the midst of the rebellious house. They have eyes to see, but do not see, ears to hear, but do not hear, for they are a rebellious house. You, son of man, prepare supplies for exile. Go into exile by day in their sight. Go away as if into exile from your home to another place in their sight. Perhaps they will recognize that they are a rebellious house. You will bring out your baggage by day in their sight as baggage for exile. You will go out at evening in their sight, like those going into exile. As they watch, dig through the wall and go out through it. Bear the burden on your shoulder in their sight. Carry it out in the darkness. Cover your face so that you cannot see the ground. For I have made you a sign for the house of Israel. I did just as I was commanded. I brought out my baggage by day as baggage for exile. In the evening I dug through the wall with my hand. I carried it out in the darkness and bore it on my shoulder as they watched. In the morning the word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, has the house of Israel, the rebellious house, said to you, What are you doing? Say to them, Thus says Adonai Elohim, this burden concerns the prince in Jerusalem and all the house of Israel there. Say, I am a sign for you, just as I have done, so it will be done to them. They will go into exile, into captivity. The prince who is among them will bear a burden on his shoulder and go out in the darkness. They will dig through the wall to get out. He will cover his face so that he cannot see the land with his eyes. I will spread out my net upon them, so he will be caught in my net. I will bring him to Babylon, to the land of the Chaldeans. He will not see it. Though he will die there, I will disperse toward every wind all that sound him to help him and all his troops. I will draw out the sword after him. So they will know that I am Adonai when I scatter them among the nations and disperse them among the countries. But I will let a few of them escape the sword, the famine, and the pestilence, so they may tell about all their detestable practices among the nations where they go, and they will know that I am Adonai. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, eat your bread with quaking, and drink your water with trembling and anxiety. Say to the people of the land, This is what Adonai says concerning the inhabitants of Jerusalem in the land of Israel. They will eat their bread with anxiety and drink their water with horror, because her land will be stripped of all that is in it, because of the violence of all who live there. The inhabited cities will be deserted, and the land will become desolate. And you will know that I am Adonai. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb you people have in the land of Israel, saying, The days are prolonged, and every vision fails? Tell them therefore, Thus says Adonai Elohim, I will put an end to this proverb. They will not use it any more as a proverb in Israel. Say to them, The days are at hand, as well as the fulfillment of every vision. For no longer will every vision be deceitful, and every oracle false in the house of Israel. For I am Adonai, I will speak whatever word I will speak, and it will happen. It will not be delayed anymore. For in your days, rebellious house, I will speak the word and perform it. It is a declaration of Adonai. The word of Adonai came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, the house of Israel says, The vision that he sees is for many days from now. He prophesies about times that are far off. Therefore say to them, Thus says Adonai Elohim, none of my words will be delayed anymore, but the word that I speak will be fulfilled. It is a declaration of Adonai.